Please, Sunny, make it go away. I'm committed, not addicted, but keep controlling me. Yeah, I don't really care if you cry. I really shouldn't have lied. She saw the way she looked me in my eyes. She said, baby, I am not free. Hey, today I want to play some NBA. Takoni, if you're seeing this, it's too late. It's too late. Need to go balanced. Balance the mobile phone. I say, baby, pana. She go get big cassava. Baby, pana. Today tunafanya episode 9. Hata sijui kama mnanisikia. Mwanisikia kweli? Mic check. I see. She gets big cassava. Yeah. We live. Hey bro, nasikia dose. Nimeamka tu saizi. Mazee jana hiyo match. Mazee fuck Man City bro. Fuck Man City. Acha kwanza nipigie mjamaa wa Man City. Tumsikizie. See how life at the top of a treble feels like Takona. Oh, yeah. Hey Buddha, how does life at the top of a treble feel like?
Basi kutu sawa.
Stima ulirudi.
Stima zinarudi kesho.
Oh, sawa. So ulipata hizo do nilikutumia? Nah. Why am I yawning? Yani nitaiona hadi kwa sidai kuyawn on the interview. Ooh. Bro, TikTok will be the end of me, one. The babes on this thing. This one can definitely get it. Rada ni gani? Tuingie ndani juu mini bana mina juu kuoni chanta ni chanta juu dondo na mata ganja fama ni ya wale wajanja kushoto kulia tunachora namba 7. Boo, let's watch. So Sneeko apparently before this babe comes, Sneeko has posted a new one of his artsy videos. So let's give it a look. No yawning. Control. Focus. Uh, the video is called Rat's Race. Say, I got it in my lungs. Can you think about that, bro? We're the same age with Nico. He's 24, I'm 24. He has $1 million. I'm working my way to $1 billion.
I'm spending the final days of my early 20s traveling the world.
Oops. Let me use this. What?
The ideal place to raise a family. The original plan was keep being a degenerate until I'm 30 before kneeling on a prayer mat, but you can't procrastinate truth forever. You can't ignore how most 20-somethings are currently parading in the streets celebrating the deadliest sin with rainbows. Most of them don't even want to have children for illegitimate reasons ranging from climate change to feminism. And even though I probably won't buy a house in the middle of nowhere Spain, I see this search as the highest act of resistance.
People throw the term selling out a lot, and I believe that if you accept a dead-end fucking job to pay your bills, you're selling out. Those conversations you have when you're 40 about what could have been, should have been.
10 years of making videos has defined most of my conscious life. Now I'm forced to create goals that are attainable for the next 10 years. I accomplished everything I had planned at 14. Right now is a defining moment in life where I could either coast off the dopamine of success, spending money on drugs and casual sex, or start from a new zero.
You only live once, and no matter what rap lyrics will tell you, that doesn't mean getting hammered out of your mind every Friday.
We both know the correct decision, but people need a constant reminder. These worldly temptations were outlined for 2 hours straight by a sheikh that I met in Madrid. In that masjid, he slowly explained in broken English and French how drugs, sex, and filth is fun, but more important than health, it's corrupting your soul. Of course I want to be a degenerate, enjoy the fruits of my labor. I fantasize all the time about a month directly after Ramadan called Haramadan, where you can just indulge in degeneracy for 30 days straight. But that temptation is strong, but the happiness is fleeting. The highest form of human achievement is inspiration. Clearly defining your purpose and working towards accomplishing it is the only way that men can escape suicide.
Seeing people on TV making something out of their lives, while I'm filing reports for a corporation I despise, would kill me.
It took me a decade to learn the very simple truth they cannot teach in school. The world is run by satanic billionaires, and as long as we're controlled, we're underneath their spell. Almost all people fit into one of two groups. One side will mutilate their children to fit a gender ideology, and the other gets vasectomies to have meaningless sex forever. But both sides don't realize they're conforming to ideas they would have never had by following God. Everyone is coping and adjusting to the evil that rules over us. There's enough resources for everyone to be happy. There's enough love, enough empathy, but greed corrupts the human spirit. Without greed, we have everything we need. Greed has 0.1% of the population in a chokehold that 99.9% can't even comprehend. Today marks a decade since I started my YouTube channel called Sneeko, and it's because of that greed that I don't have my channel to celebrate it. The greed that has the pharmaceutical companies keeping us sick. That greed that rigs elections so they maintain control. Those 10 years define an internal struggle that every person can relate to. Visually, it's defined by a rat in a maze. Like everyone, you start the maze looking for a way out, but whoever set it up
Listen to this. This has to be the best piece of poetry. Just the best lines I've had in a while.
put up traps with poisonous cheese. Even when the rat discovers the cheese is poisonous because there's carcasses laying all around, it still chooses to eat it from any reason ranging from finances to mental health. When I started the maze playing video games, I had learned freedom of expression. In that time of life where you're free from responsibility but held back by fear of judgment. Just insecure enough to find your voice in secret. Then adolescence hit and set the existential dread that defines most people. What are you going to do for the rest of your life? How much of my true self can I compromise to pay the bills and simultaneously maintain sanity? This is where most people choose the comfort zone in life. When the rat decides to eat the cheese because it tastes good enough to ignore the poison. Then my early 20s.
Because the rat decides that the cheese.
Insanity. This is where most people choose the comfort zone in life. When the rat decides to eat the cheese because it tastes good enough to ignore the poison.
When the rat decides to eat the cheese because it tastes good enough to ignore the poison. Bro, that's some heavy eating shit, bro. Woo. That's a woo.
Poison. Then my early 20s was a spiritual battle that forced me to ask a question that we've all had to answer. How do I find happiness now that I'm aware of this maze? The rat's not supposed to know where it really is. The maze doesn't even have an exit. It was designed purely for someone's entertainment. Now the rat can frantically run around forever or die slow.
You see, his view is that we can't escape this shit. Like, you have to, on a daily, choose to be happy or, bruh, like, you're done. For real.
Slowly nibbling the cheese. The rat can go back to the entrance, but there's no way out. The only actual way to get out is mentally.
Choose to be happy all the time. Mentally. Choose to be happy, bro. Bruh, this is that was some deep shit.
Even Jesus just published an article about my authenticity, or maybe just Jesus Garcia of Boston University, which 5 years ago was my top choice school, and they rejected my application, probably because students like Jesus wrote better essays. Since I didn't get to go to school there, maybe there's a life lesson in this, and it's bigger than just telling Boston University to suck my dick. Why do you think the school that said I wasn't good enough to attend has students doing homework about me now? Although it takes him a while for him to upload a video, it's clear that each one is raw and full of his own personal thoughts and beliefs. Even as he acknowledges that he might be wrong, from a very young age, Sneeko has kept his content real and understood that having flaws isn't necessarily a bad thing. Sure, as many of us, his opinions have changed, but he has never backtracked and deleted an old video just because of the backlash. It is because of this that his audience feels like they have grown up with him. He's not like other YouTubers focused on making a brand out of themselves and using their audience to cash in on advertisers and sponsors. With Sneeko, there is no facade or filter. Have you ever heard of the phrase, drinking the Kool-Aid? Oh yeah. Now, in 1978, this cult leader, Jim Jones, got 900 people to willingly drink cyanide-laced Kool-Aid so they could all go to heaven together or whatever. Regular, degular people with families. 300 of that 900 were children. So even the parents listened to their orders from their leader and gave their kids a magic heaven drink. They all died. Maybe they're in heaven, you can decide that for yourself, but they all drank poisoned Kool-Aid because someone powerful told them to. If you don't believe me, pause this video and look up a picture of Jonestown. Then take a deep breath, come back and be mad. Out of that 900, there must have been at least 250 thinking, maybe this Kool-Aid cult juice is a bad idea. But when they saw the other 650 sipping, their lives were lost to peer pressure. I always found it stupid how people are so patronizing to cults. Right now, there's someone watching this who just learned about Jonestown for the first time, and they can't believe how stupid and gullible those 900 people were, right? Humans all desire community, fear death, and need answers. Cults provide the same comfort as religion, the same community as any society, and the same answers from one powerful leader. There's no difference between a cult and your religion. We blindly take orders from our leaders every day. Cults operate on the same system that all of you watching are into. You might find it ridiculous that 900 people drank cyanide Kool-Aid without hesitation, but almost all of you injected it. I like being in a place as beautiful as Barcelona because you forget to check your phone. When you're in a place not ruined by social media yet, it dawns on you how there's not one BBL in sight. People don't try to be anything they're not here. You can actually see how TikTok has affected America on people's faces, their clothes, and their complete lack of unique personality. There's a level of brainwashing going on that we don't even understand because of how easily manipulated we are by the immediate spread of information. One viral video of police brutality was enough to get the whole world out of quarantine and into a Gucci store. Before you've had time to even think about what happened, your phone told you the right opinion. Rather than judge his opinions, maybe one should just sit back and appreciate his willingness to share these things with us, to experiment artistically on a platform that doesn't value experimentation. Sneeko is an open book. He's not an example of what humans should be or how they should act. Rather, he's just a representation of what humans are at their core. Smart, ambitious, creative beings that are just a little messed up. Okay, there's a lot of stupid out there, but I get your point, Jesus. Freedom of speech is dead. Young people would rather deplatform than disagree. If you have the wrong opinion, they can slap a shiny misinformation sticker on it. The former president is completely banned on social media and nobody cares. Some smart dude will say Google and Facebook are private companies and they can set their rules, as if these apps aren't just basic forms of worldwide communication now. Censorship is happening directly in front of our eyes and they disguise it as monitoring hate speech. There's a reason we have no problem letting lizard corporations decide what hate speech is. You're okay with Zuckerberg thinking for you because thinking is hard. Peer pressure is stronger than ever, and so is people's need to be validated by strangers. Why would you think independently when you could nod your head and agree?
Hey, yo.
I'm traveling Europe right now and have done meetups in London, Athens, and Barcelona, and they've all told me the same thing. I don't agree with all your videos, but I've been watching you for years. You know who else you disagree with for years? Your friends and family. That's because I don't think and speak with any other motive than being truthful. The downside is I've accumulated the same amount of hate as love. The hate sits in the comment sections because you're not supposed to be authentic online. This guy seems just a tad too confident. I kind of want him to fail. He won't be on top for long. But in real life so far it's all love. There's no screen to hide your misery behind. In an age of media where people come across as one-dimensional, it's nice to know that Sneeko is just Sneeko. To know that there is someone out there who is willing to share their deepest and darkest secrets in the form of a well-crafted video. It's a gift. Without him or people like him, it would be a lot harder to know that there are other people out there confused and hurting and thinking the same thoughts as we all are. He's turning YouTube into an art form.
Yeah. Goddamn, I took the Kool-Aid thrice, bro. That's crazy. Goddamn. God damn. Let's go some degenerate videos. Let's go.
We go again. King. Hey, listen. So, back again with another video. So, the first episode.
What's up?
You know why I think
Uh-huh.
Christianity is what?
Because
Of the Holy Sacrament. That's like there's no difference between. What even let me introduce you before we start?
Okay. Alright.
So we're joined with Cynthia.
What's up?
This is episode 9 for Passenger Seat. Let's go. So we're talking about religion. You said you're a Christian.
Yes.
And you're religious. Actually, you're from church right now. So
Yes.
that's wild.
Where two or more gathered, he is there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amen. Amen. So my issue with
Mhm.
Christianity,
Yes.
I have like two main issues with it.
Mhm.
One, the worship of man.
Mhm.
Like we don't know if is he man, is he God, is he Holy Spirit, what is he?
He's 3 in 1.
Which
It's
is
clearly
weird.
outlined in the Bible that you should follow
Okay.
believe.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
fine. If you say he's 3 in 1, doesn't that mean he's also a man?
He came to earth in form of a man.
Yes.
He couldn't come to earth in any other form.
So okay, I wouldn't want to subscribe with the fact that
Mhm.
there's a point where God
Mhm.
couldn't take care of himself.
It's not that God couldn't. What do you mean God
Like,
couldn't
'cause he
take
was
care
a
of
child.
himself?
He needed Mary. He needed.
No.
He's a
No,
man.
listen. God sent his son,
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ,
Mm-hmm.
to die for the sin
Mm-hmm.
that was planted on the earth from the minute Adam and Eve committed sin.
Yeah.
And now all of us were born with sin. Yeah?
Mhm.
Indefinitely.
Mhm.
Yeah, like all of us are manufactured with a defect.
Uh-huh.
So now Jesus was sent
Uh-huh.
to write that off.
Mhm.
To write that off. So he came
Mhm.
to the earth. He's God's only son.
Fine. He's
Imagine
God's son.
sending your only son to go and die for people that you created.
But then
Because
therefore
they're
Jesus
sinning.
is not God. If he's sending
He
his
is-
son, he's not God
You see
anymore.
how Jesus ascended to heaven
Uh-huh.
after all the
Yeah.
33-year-old shenanigans
Yeah.
on earth. See, now apparently he sits on the right hand of the Father.
Apparently.
We don't know, we're not there, but that's what we believe.
Okay.
Yeah? And that's the thing about faith. You believe.
But okay, now
You
that's
believe.
also another issue I have.
Uh-huh.
You see, faith.
Uh-huh.
We can't just say faith. You know, faith.
Uh-huh.
Faith is a dangerous thing. So,
But you need faith in all things, yeah?
fine, you need faith. I
Uh-huh.
do not deny.
And
But
action.
I
Faith
can't.
and action.
I can't.
Faith
just
and
say,
action.
fine.
Because I believe in God, then you just go doing actions that don't show that you believe.
Calm. Okay, but you see, if I say I'm using faith just to know if Jesus exists or if he's really,
You're gonna
there,
have to use faith because you can't see him.
fine.
It's
No
like
issue.
how you believe. No, that's not a good example. That's not a good example. I wouldn't go and ask things that.
My example
But
is the guys who went to Shakahola
Mhm.
had faith
Mhm.
and they're
See, that's
dead
what that
now.
counts. See, that's
And they're
it's
dead.
like the
So
Illuminati.
exactly, what's the
Like it's
difference?
what you
What's
put your
the
faith
difference?
in. It's
So
what you put your
we can't
faith in.
we can't say
Uh-huh.
putting faith in God is like the only measure. That
It's
we're
like how
supposed
you're
to
putting
use.
faith in your
See?
camera that it's going to work.
But it works. It's not about whether I have
Because you
faith.
have to believe
It
that
works.
you have to
Like,
believe
it works.
that you see the person who
No, I
made
did
it.
have to believe.
Listen, you see
I
where
did
it was
have to
manufactured.
believe. No, I did not have to believe.
You see where
I
it was
bought it
manufactured.
and it worked.
And it
That's
worked.
why I believe in it. Because
But
it
for it
works.
to go on the shelves, the person who made it had to have faith.
But
That his plan,
but it had to
his
work.
plan
But
is
it had
gonna
to
work.
No, 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 no,
Sindio.
no, 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 no. I disagree with that. Let me tell you why I disagree.
But I keep saying religion is personal. Yeah? Because you can believe
It's
what
not
you want.
personal.
No,
I tell
listen,
you why
let
it's
me
not
tell you
personal.
why. There's so many denominations that I don't understand why.
That's also another
Because it's
thing.
the same
And that's
God.
in Christianity.
It's the same
not
God.
In the, it's not in the other. It's not in. it's
So
not in Muslim.
the things we
Islam,
understand not are things we try to break down.